Well, I appreciate it, you guys. Thank you for joining us again to another edition or episode of Unbound Living. We've got some guys in here that you've seen before. We just want to talk a little bit more about health and wellness, what they do on a daily basis, and what kind of their systems are that they have found that are successful for them, and hopefully it's something that works for you. So, I got Brad. He's no stranger by any stretch of the imagination. And of course, we've got Dan the peptide man that we like to call him. So,
you guys did me dirty putting me next to Brad here. I feel so small.
Oh, come on.
He's
You're
a beast.
doing just fine, buddy.
He's a beast.
You're doing
He's
just
a
fine.
beast. Well, first and foremost, who hit the gym today?
Me.
I did for of course.
Okay, excellent.
Non-negotiable, I think, for everybody in this room, right?
I know,
Yes,
you got to
sir.
squeeze to get it out of the way,
sir.
right? Yesterday, I was a little off, right? You know, normally I come in and I work out.
Yeah.
And then I work. But yesterday it was a little different. I came in early and ended up working until about lunch, and then I worked out. But I always get better workouts midday, really,
Yeah.
versus the morning. But then I feel like I've accomplished something, and sometimes it's hard to stop midday and do that. But
Yeah, man.
I need to kind of start doing that a little bit more.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
felt good?
I felt good, real good,
Yeah.
you know, midday. And I always have.
Yeah.
It just sometimes it feels like it breaks the day up in a way that is sometimes hard to rebound. But
Sure.
mentally, I even felt better. So
Yeah.
What
Well, I mean,
about
you
you?
office out of the gym, and so you have no excuse,
yeah,
buddy.
I know. It makes
it's
easier.
got to get done.
I know.
It
I
has
know.
to.
You can't walk through without, you know, without some sort of thing in your head going, you better get your ass down there, right? You know.
Well, you've got a lot of inspiration in this house, man.
100%, 100%.
Some animals.
Yeah. So what about you? When do you typically hit it?
Very early morning. I just like to start the day that way. And by now, it seems like I'm almost programmed to think like that, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
And so there are days, of course, we all have them, that if I just can't get in a morning workout and have to work out in the afternoon, it's going to get done, but it's one of those things that I'm sure I feel a little stronger and stuff like that, but it just throws off my whole routine.
Yeah.
So I wake up fairly early and get it going, and then I kind of feel like I can win the day if I do something really hard in the morning.
Yeah.
So what about you, man?
Yeah.
I'm a morning guy.
Yeah.
I try to do mornings. And then after my son was born, mornings was really hard.
Oh yeah.
So now I'm still mornings, but I'm between like anywhere like a 7 to 9
Okay.
a.m.
Yeah.
And then obviously like you, with there's days or whatever I can't get it in, I have to do in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
You get it in and you just,
You do
sometimes, it's just putting it under the belt that you did it.
Yeah.
You got a day in.
100%.
Absolutely.
Well, I know you had a race this weekend.
You know what? I didn't have I had a race. I'm going to tell you something, man.
He's all, well, what would have happened was...
No. And it's funny. It's funny. That surprises me only because just being open about it, it's the first time ever that I was driving to the race. It was pouring down rain and stuff like that. And listen, no excuse at all. But I woke up, man, and if I'm being really honest, my mind was just in the clouds, man.
Yeah.
I remember calling Chad and said, believe it or not, I don't think I'm going to do this race.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a good topic because I always talk about, hey, it gets done no matter what.
Yeah.
But my mind, it just wasn't there. I ended up training, of course. But for anyone listening, the race, it was a 50K, a 32 mile, I believe, or 30-mile race. And in the hills. And listen, man, I'm no one to be worried about something difficult, but it just didn't feel right. I don't know how to explain it. And like I said, I drove all the way to Smithville where the race was going to be held. And just thought, no, I'm gonna focus on something else.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna be honest though, and here you are calling me out without knowing you're calling me out.
I know.
That has been in the back of my mind since that happened, since Saturday.
Yeah.
Just struggling with it, man, because I have never. I'm telling you, I've never.
That would have been a rough day to do it though, because Saturday was not cool.
Well, sure,
weather-wise,
but
right?
No, it wasn't. I mean, literally pouring down, but still, man. I mean. I practice, and anybody listening can call me out in the comments once we post this, because I'm always saying, hey, it gets done no matter what. And so I don't want to be a hypocrite, but there was something going on, man. And I
maybe
just
it was your
around.
mind even telling you, I'm gonna slip on something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's what I'm
you know
thinking.
what
You
I
never
mean?
know.
Yeah.
Still, but still, man. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm the first one to say, hey, it gets done no
Yeah.
matter what. So,
But you
thank for
still
calling me
did get it done, just in a different form and fashion.
Well, it
I'm
wasn't
trying
30
to give
miles.
you some, you
I
know.
know. Hey, you're being a good friend. You're being a good friend. But
Arm day.
look, I'm going to tell everybody though,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you what's going to happen because you're such a good
Yeah.
friend. I know I'm going to get a text maybe tomorrow saying
Yeah.
you should have done that race,
Yeah.
man. You should have followed
Yeah.
through, and that's a friend that I like, you know. But yeah, man. I've been struggling with why I didn't do that, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. And
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we can't talk about the race that I
Yeah,
didn't
no
do.
more. No more. It wasn't finished.
Yeah. No, it wasn't even started, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I failed. I failed that day.
I can't even remember what we did, sir. Oh, we went to the gun range and ended up having to
Oh, that's
shoot
right.
inside, not outside,
Yeah.
which was any day with a gun in your hand, even putting holes in paper is good, right?
Sure.
But there's something about that ping, 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 ping
Yeah.
that's a lot better. But it came down. I can't imagine doing that. I remember
Yeah.
being in the range dry, going, Brad's probably soaked right now, you know, hating life.
See, man,
You
he's
know?
calling me out again. Without he is. I know what you're doing, buddy, and it's well deserved.
Yeah.
It's so well
Yeah.
deserved. I'm so glad
Yeah.
no one asked me about the race
Yeah.
until now.
Yeah.
You know, I've
Until
been kind
now.
of hiding that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about yourself? Are you training for anything in particular? Are there any goals physically, mentally that you're trying to achieve with working out?
So right now, I got super lean. I got
Yeah.
lean to like 173, and I was there for a long time. And then the last 3 weeks, I've been working out, trying to gain mass again, trying to gain size. So I'm trying to push to 195 to 200. I feel
Yep.
that's good, you know. And basically, I'm just trying to get big because we have a show in Nashville or a trade show that we're gonna do.
That's right. Yeah.
So I don't want to look small. So that's it's like really purely aesthetic, purely.
Sure.
It has nothing to do with winning a medal. I just don't want to go there and then just feel, you know, I'm in a bodybuilding, you know, show. I don't want to
Yeah.
be not competing, but I don't want to look small either. You know.
Sure.
No, absolutely. So, which I guess comes to circle back to another question. In doing that, you said you leaned out. How did you get there? And what are you doing now to bulk up?
There you go.
Yeah. So I leaned out. Obviously, I mean, I own a peptide brand. So I took peptides. I'll go through that list. But the first thing I did was I hired a good coach, which I'm sure everyone can understand. I got on a good program, lifting program, weight training program. Diet got locked in. And then the things that I did take to lose weight on the peptide side was I took Retta, so that helped out. I took for energy in the morning mitochondria. I took NAD Plus, MOT-C, and then I took at night I took Glow and stuff like that to BPC to kind of like heal from all the training. But yeah, that's what I did to lean out, and now to bulk up. And people are going to be surprised, but I'm taking Retta to bulk.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Retta. It suppresses the snacking. Like I have a huge snacking problem. Chips, sweets. I have a huge sweet tooth thanks to my mom, you know.
Yeah.
So she loves sweets. So that goes out the door, but then it helps me lock in on like my meal prep. So I'm doing 5 meals a day. I try to get in 205, 210 grams of protein a day. So I'm doing that. And then obviously on the peptide side, it's the same thing. I'm taking Retta. I'm taking MOT-C, NAD Plus, CJC, tesamorelin. Yeah. That's kind of like my stack right now.
Okay. No GH or anything like that?
Oh,
or?
yeah. So that's, GH. Yeah. So I take GH at night, CJC in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of, that's my
balance it
go-to.
out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Daniel, as the owner of a peptide company, how and where do you research what you want to bring in for your product launch? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, because we've talked about it till we're blue in the face. I'm sure you have too. My God, there's so much information out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there is so much information out there, right? And I know I can speak for you. You are a very responsible and prudent business owner.
Thank you.
I mean, very. And so, if you don't mind, because I guarantee anybody listening wants to know that, But where do you get your research from? Where do you go to?
So I think when I started Peptide brand, like you guys know, there's like hundreds of peptides out there, right?
Yep.
And I'm sure like people get indoctrinated with, like, if you go to a website, there's like, you know, names. And so how I like to think of peptides is like, I go back to my slogan, right? Longevity, wellness, strength. And then from there, I think about things like that the everyday person can use. And then I think about things that are like, I don't need something like super exotic, right? To like, I just want the stuff that works, and then get the best possible purest form of that, you know, from my vendors, right? From my manufacturer. So I just think of first is like, okay, what's like repair? So like, because that's how I started, and I feel like that's an easy entryway for most people. Like, hey dude, my shoulder is banged up forever. Like, I don't think that's uncommon from you, of course, Mike, me, to someone that maybe is a little bit overweight and they're starting. Like, hey dude, if your shoulder hurts, it hurts. Like, that's normal and natural. Then I think of like cognitive. For me, I like it because, again, I said this the last time, but I just feel like, and I see this with my son already, right? Sometimes people make those remarks like, man, he's got a lot of energy, but that's kind of like soft coded for, does he have like ADHD? You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a code for that, you know, and it's, and it's always well-meaning people. They're not trying to be oppressive, but again, not conspiracy theorists, but big pharma has placed this huge like reach on our minds to think that if a young male has a lot of energy, they must have an attention deficit order. And it's not true. Males, we are built to build, right? And when you're a little kid, there's nothing, you can't build anything. There's just frustration and then upsetness, and then you're running around in circles, right? And so, you know, so I think cognitive, right? So I think of like peptides like C-Max that help with focus and kind of releasing that anxiety, you know, at night. And then obvious stuff like that goes with wellness is like the GH or the CJC or the ipamorelin or the sermorelin, you know, like these different type of fragments that help. So I think like, you know, those kind of things. And then there's the obvious ones. There's the weight loss ones, right? The GLPs, which obviously all the noise is around, right? But those are obvious ones that people like. And I say this all the time. There's nothing wrong with someone using a tool to get healthy.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah, of course.
And so, you know, and I say that with like great humility. Like, the tools itself cannot make you healthy. You have to have a plan. You have to have discipline. But the tools can help you if you have that framework in mind.
Love it.
100%. What about supplement wise? What, you know, understand the peptide thing. I know I want to hear from Brad because he's pretty regimented, you know?
Yeah, you can't tell.
You know, I know. He's pretty regimented.
Except I don't run races that I sign up for.
We won't make that something that you're regimented on. I'm not going to let you fall on that sword.
I love it.
But like, what about you guys supplement wise?
Big creatine guy. So I'm a big creatine guy. I love creatine. I talked to Elizabeth, your friend. She has a great creatine idea, which I want to explore as well. I take whey protein. I mean, the over-counter stuff I take, I mean, it's, you know, the regular vitamins. I mean, maybe some exotic ones like NAC or milk thistle or berberine. But yeah, I mean, those kind of over-the-counter subs. My buddy JR made a electrolyte brand, Salinity. So I use his stuff, kind of replaced Element for me.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
I know you got a get out of bed and coffee thing.
I do. Yeah. It's every single morning. It's so essentially, actually, I can't claim that I train fasted because of what you're talking about, but every single morning, man, it's 20 ounces of coffee, a scoop of whey protein, scoop of collagen protein, 1 tablespoon of organic ghee, butter, 1 tablespoon of MCT oil. And it's that old fashioned, it's called Bulletproof Coffee.
Yep.
It's a label name, designer name. I go off brand a little bit.
Yeah.
But I find I love it. I caught wind of that with UFC fighters, MMA fighters, I mean. And, you know, they would train, they would need those energy reserves for the fat from the butter and the oil, of course. And it almost feels like it's a lubricant for my joints too, believe it or not. And
Makes
so,
total sense.
Yeah, man. And so, you know, I don't do pre-workout. I kind of get jittery if I take pre-workout.
I don't do pre-workout either.
And so it's definitely caffeine, you know. And even during heavy lifts and stuff, it's enough to sustain that. And again, on your page, I mean, every single day, 10 to 15 grams of creatine monohydrate. I know you mentioned Elizabeth. We're talking about maybe, is it creatine hydrochloride?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm looking into that for the de-bloating. I don't have too bad of an issue with bloating, but I mean, any bit helps, of course, you know.
Yeah, I think she said it helps with the brain, right?
Yeah, that as well.
Well, even monohydrate does too. And cognitive issues. I mean, you know, she and many other doctors are saying women should take as much, if not more, creatine than males. And just for the cognitive benefits, I need that, of course. I take a liver support made by ProMix. I mean, just clean organ health, you know, stuff like that. Natural functions and omega-3s and a multivitamin. And that's it. Now I am on, and I'm very open about the peptides that I'm taking. I kind of consistently stay on the Wolverine stack, the BPC TB500, only because I know you're the same way. We all train so much, man. I'm getting up there in age too, and so I find that, especially with some of these runs that I'm training to do, with increased mileage and still trying to train really heavy or lift really heavy, I find my I get strains in my calves and sometimes in the tendons in my elbow, all of that. Just from overtraining, frankly. But I don't want to stop, and so Wolverine helps. I mean, a week ago jumped on ipamorelin and the tesamorelin blend. And so we'll see how that works, you know. And that and TRT, of course. I mean, I'm a wide open book. But so, and that's it. And I'd love to hear yours too. I got to tell you, man, I've seen some physical changes in your body composition. You're looking good, man.
No, thank you. I wanted to get some of the love handles to disappear and stuff like that. And for a little while, I was taking a little bit of trizepatide.
Okay.
And Elizabeth had me on that, not even as much as an appetite suppressant. She said, as soon as you start feeling too much of that, I need you to pull back. But it was for, you know, some of the additional benefits. And this was even, you know, Retta was out, but it wasn't, you know, as well known as it is now, right? And now if you ask her the same thing, she says, you know, Retta's the best thing since sliced bread because of the glucose,
insulin sensitivity, dopamine.
So really with that helped out a lot. I really tried to cut out just shit, right? Because I'm a chip guy. You know, salty texture, you know, and then sweet breads. I like, you know, I'm a carb dude. I love carbs, you know, but my body doesn't like them as much, right? And then I recently started some GH, some Motzi as well. Some what was it? GH
KCU,
the blue stuff. You know, it's supposed to be good for your hair, for your nails, things like that. My hair and nails grow pretty fast.
Your skin,
anyway.
your face looks a little tighter.
Does it? It
skin looks tighter.
You know, Bristol's even got me some of this stuff. I don't know. It starts with the C. She's like, you need skincare. And I hate lotions. I hate all of those things, you know. And she's like, it'll make you look more youthful. I'm like, so you're calling me old?
We're going to see this man post cucumbers and a little mask one day.
I know, just all.
Spa day with a wife.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm not hating on it, man. Sign me up for a spa day any day. So I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying it's going to happen.
I know. So, you know, I've taken off about 10 pounds or so. Now I'm wanting to put it back on in the right places and things like that. But even to start my day, I do, you know, coffee, a scoop of collagen. I'll go ahead and throw my what you call it. Why am I drawing a blank? We were just talking about it. It's great for your brain, great for your
Creatine.
I'll throw 2 scoops. So what is it?
Maybe
10
it's not
grams.
so good for
I
your
know.
brain if you can't
Maybe I
remember
need
what
a
it's
little bit
called.
more. I need to double that, right? You know.
We'll bring you some coffee with creatine right now, buddy.
Mike's burning the midnight oil
I
right now.
Yeah, you've got a lot on your plate, buddy.
Yeah, but that's what keeps us going, right? It's fun to be an entrepreneur. But
Yes, sir.
On that note too, and it goes with what we're discussing. Do you find that because you have a lot on your plate right now? I mean, more than I've known you to have.
Yeah.
Do you find that training helps you kind of I don't know, maybe mitigate stress?
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
The monkey mind.
Yeah,
or whatever.
you've got to have that break, and you've got to have some sort of outlet.
Yeah.
For those things, that bind you up, that stress, that that constant pressure of having to go from point A to point B.
Absolutely.
It's therapeutic.
Yes, it is. It's funny. I'm sure you guys get asked too, but a lot of times people ask, if we can get a lift in together. Ask me personally, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times I don't mind, but I've responded this way to really good friends of mine, and just touch on what you just said about therapy. I've said at times, like, hey, I'm just going to let you know that's kind of like asking to come along with me to my doctor's appointment. Mm-hmm. And I listen, man. And I'm sure there's a lot of people rolling their eyes when they hear this, like, give me a break. But it is like therapy. And a lot of times I don't want people in that therapy session, man. And it's just kind of your time. And don't get me wrong, I love the camaraderie when you're in there and you are getting a lift in with people. So I don't want to talk out of both sides of my mouth. No. But I hear you loud and clear, man. Sometimes you just need that everything to shut off and focus on just improving yourself. Yep. And maybe you're telling yourself, hey, I need the discipline this morning, or I need the just redlining this morning. Yeah. Maybe I just need to see other people doing what I'm doing to get motivation. And so a lot of times I just like to train alone for that reason, to clear that mind a little bit.
Yeah, and you've told me that before.
I have
and
told
I get
you that,
it.
and I felt bad. I love you, buddy.
No, but I understand it, right? You and I know each other pretty well, and I get that. But then we'll go to Zilker and work out together. We'll do things, So I totally get that.
Sure,
but it's therapeutic, and you need that outlet, especially being, as Bristol will state, a more aggressive individual, right? Absolutely. I was always super aggressive when I was young. Sure. That's diminished, but there's still got to be
the dog is there.
There's still got to be that outlet.
You too? Did you grow up in an aggressive manner or not?
I did. Yeah, I grew up, the 90s in Los Angeles and Koreatown was different, you cannot, I tell people that people think it's crazy, but I could not walk down like even one block in Koreatown without somebody, and it doesn't matter whether they're Asian, Black, Hispanic, not a lot of white dudes in Koreatown, back in the night. Now there is, right? Sure. And without someone, grab out the car, hey, where are you from? Like, I'm like, bro, I don't gangbang, dude. I'm just playing basketball.
I got you.
Then my basketball gets jacked. My wife too, like, if I don't go to the gym a few days, I get very tense. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like I get short, right? Of course. And then there'll be a time where she'll look at me and she'll go, "Just go to the gym." And I'll be like, "I don't have time," or I make those type of excuses like, "Oh man, I got this and this," and then she's like, "Just go." And I think that's like a sign of a good woman, like understanding. Oh shit, dude, nagging's not gonna work. Correcting him's not gonna work. It's like we're built to go out. We have this energy. We have to get it out. The gym.
Absolutely.
I love something that you said, like maybe it was like 4 or 5 days ago on IG. I saw you wrote, when I go, I got to empty the gas tank. You wrote something like that.
Oh, it was redline. I use the term redline.
That makes sense.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Because we don't do that enough.
Sure. I agree. And it's funny because that particular post, I'm new to IG. I don't have many followers or anything. And so, anyway, no, I know. But anyway.
It's your fifth IG.
That's the thing.
Come back and forth.
I do go back and forth. It gets too big and I kill it for whatever reason. And I say too big for my taste. For my taste. And anyway, But that particular post, what I'm getting, I don't get much engagement, but on that one I did, and I think it just, I guess, resonated with a lot of people. Because I do, man. Again, it's therapy, right? And a lot of times, man, I don't know about you guys, I ruminate on thoughts every day, all day. I mean, I just ruminate, and it's a very unhealthy thing to do. And so that's my one way of getting rid of that
exhausting
time in
yourself.
my head. Absolutely, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Helps you sleep at night.
Absolutely,
sometimes too.
sure.
No matter what.
Sure.
No matter what I do, even if I exhaust myself, I always have that 3 a.m. wake up.
Of course.
And that just, and I would love to understand more about what that is, right?
Yeah.
Because it's almost on the dot, right? And even I've gotten to the point, and this has been going on for several years now, I don't even have to set my alarm anymore to go, oh, I need to get up at 5. Oh, I need to get, and I'll wake up like 15 minutes before. Don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Super weird. I did it this morning, and we joke about it, right? But I'll go ahead and turn my alarm on my Whoop, and it's like 15 minutes before, and I just kind of wait there for it to go off.
Interesting, yeah.
But 3 a.m. no matter what, you know, and I just don't know what that is.
Yeah. Do you have problems with sleep or anything?
Yeah, I'm naturally a light sleeper.
Yeah.
So I sleep light. I always joke with my wife, like, oh, if we had an 8 sleep, I'd sleep better. I don't know if that's
Those
true or
things
not.
are amazing.
So I might get
They're
one
life-changing, man.
Yeah, here we go. We got Brad.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But they are. I mean, I've actually given my little brother one, and he said the same thing. I mean, life-changing. I won't travel with it. I mean, meaning... Let me rephrase this. When I had my place in Nashville and Austin, first thing I did was buy one for Nashville. I won't be in a kind of a full-time residence without one. I just can't. I mean, they are life-changing, man.
So maybe me and you need to get an 8 sleep.
Something. And what is it? Tell everybody.
I should let you share.
I'll take the floor on this one. Like I said, I mean, that's one brand that I should be sponsored by. But, like, dude, you have 3 followers. Anyway, what it is, it's a pod that sits by your bed, and it's a bed cover. Okay. And before anyone says, I mean, it is a sophisticated contraption or whatever. So, anyway... And it runs chilled water through your entire bed, right? Ooh. And you can chill it down to 55 degrees.
Holy
And now for all the ladies that sleep very cold, you can also warm, and guys, you can warm their half of the bed. And so you can split it. So you can warm, say, Bristol's side, your wife's side, and you can chill your side.
Wow.
And when I say it works to the point that you don't have to turn the AC down as cold. I mean, the first time I used it, I said, okay, I'm going to go 55 degrees. And froze myself out of that thing, man. I'm not kidding. So if you sleep hot or anything like that, it takes it away. And it has all of your, another thing too, I know you have a Whoop, and we're all just driven by data these days. But it blasts data nightly to your phone or whatever device, right? And computer. And you can see sleep stats, REM sleep. I mean, it tracks literally everything. And then so it gives you a sleep score. So that way you can improve. It bases it off of routine, the time you get in and out of bed every single day. You can set your alarm where it'll vibrate the bed to get you up or whatever. It'll tell you how much, if you've snored and how long you've snored. I mean, it tracks literally everything. But much more importantly, the main thing, it just regulates body temperature.
Yeah, that's insane.
So I'm telling you, man.
I need to look into that for sure.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Because what was wild was, it's funny that you say that. When I was a teenager, I had a waterbed.
Okay.
And I never used the heater. And normally with the waterbed, there was like an insulative cover that went over the waterbed, and then your sheet went over that, right?
Yeah.
I always pulled the insulated cover off and just put the sheet on, because I love the water being super cold.
Sure.
You know, that's absolutely awesome.
I'm telling you, man, it's kind of the same principle.
Yeah.
You know, and another thing I want to mention, that cover, it doesn't bunch, it doesn't, wrinkle, or I mean, it's just yet another protective mattress cover, frankly. And you just put distilled water in it, fill it up, and you're good to go.
Wow.
It alerts you when you need to refill, and the whole 9
Well,
yards.
and you sleep better when you're cold.
Absolutely.
Right? You know, 100%.
Anyone will tell you that. Yeah.
No.
So I'm a very, very warm-natured person,
Yep.
man.
Yeah.
And so I cranked that thing down. I would highly advise it, buddy.
It's been in my cart for like 3 days.
Yeah. You're just looking at it from
I'm
afar.
not even joking. I look at it every night. I'm
Yeah.
like, why don't I get this? I
Yeah.
just can't pull the trigger. Now I am.
I might know someone with a code to that. Let me reach out before you do anything
Yeah.
with a discount code, because
Yeah.
I never got one. I paid full price, and it's well
Yeah.
worth it to me. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's the real deal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, because hell, we're talking about
Yeah.
it, but health and wellness, we all know sleep is essential.
Yeah.
And so,
When you guys sleep, do you have to have noise?
of course,
When we travel, I've got the thing that annoys the shit out of me is it's too quiet
Yeah.
in a room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if that's age or what, but we love ceiling fans on because of the noise and the air.
Sure.
But I've just got to have, silence. I think we've talked about this before. Silence in any room is deafening to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So if it's, my wife loves silence, and that to me is the loudest thing in my head that I can
Yeah.
experience.
yeah,
Yeah. I felt that too until I started doing sauna with nothing.
interesting, man. Yeah,
You fight with yourself.
yeah.
It's hot, mental.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, man.
There's no noise.
Yeah.
There's no my AirPods. There's no phone. Nothing. It's just me, myself in the sauna.
yeah.
20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's how I enjoy silence now.
Okay.
Do you meditate through that? What are you doing? Or you just sit there going, okay, man, I've got 14 more minutes.
It started like that, honestly,
Yeah.
counting sheep. I mean,
Yeah.
then it led to my thoughts,
Sure.
work thoughts, relationship thoughts, obviously day-to-day thoughts. And then afterwards, it became like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think about nothing but
Sure.
Yeah.
pure silence. And then it's almost like you win a war with yourself.
So it is
like
almost
that,
a
man.
point of meditation.
Yeah, but I guess I didn't think of it in
Yeah.
that type of way, though.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
It's not like I go into the sauna going,
With
hey,
that.
yeah, I'm gonna meditate. You know, but when we're talking about health and wellness, like sometimes that's just health, right?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
You don't plan on doing something healthy.
Absolutely,
but
man.
whatever practices you take, like you end up getting healthy. You know?
On that note, while in the sauna or otherwise, are you a believer in breath work? Do you practice any kind of breath work?
You know, I tried it a little bit,
Yeah.
and I did it even with the grounding.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of works.
Yeah.
I was like, I think it does work.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but I was like, I just can't keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you? What about you?
No, I've never
Yeah.
really done it. I
Yeah,
need
I'm just
to. I
curious.
know.
Yeah,
you know, it's even kind of like with meditation. It's when I've tried it, the noise in my head
Yeah.
just gets louder. And I
Interesting.
know that it's because I need to practice. I get that, right?
Sure.
But I just need to.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I need to continue to try it.
I try to practice box breathing every once in a while. It's not the same as meditation.
Okay.
And I guess it's classified as breath work, but I
Yeah.
learned it from some old Navy SEAL guys that they practice it, you know. And
Yeah. And what is that?
it's so you count. So picture a box.
Yeah.
Inhale 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds, exhale 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. And for
Okay.
as long as you want, right?
Yeah.
And there's this famous story, and I'm not going to bore us with details, but Commander Mark Devine, he was stuck in like 3 hours in one of those submarines. He had a mask and it failed.
Oh, no.
He couldn't see anything. And any other person obviously would have panicked or whatever, but for those 3 hours, he box breathed. He had another co-pilot, right? And box breathed. He couldn't see anything. He was just he had no idea what was going on. He just, and so instead of letting his mind run away with him, and the story is much more intense than I'm explaining it. Just, I'm not going to waste our time. But it just kind of calms. You feel your heart rate slowing down a little bit. It's great to do in a cold plunge if you can practice that.
Yeah.
That fight or flight response,
Yeah.
right? Just breathe.
Yeah.
Hell, someone cuts you off in traffic. Just breathe, man.
Yeah.
And it actually really works at times. And so you might want to try that.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely
It's
try
a
it.
simple thing. You
Yeah.
don't need any countdowns or anything except in your mind.
Yeah. That's
it's good
phenomenal.
stuff.
You got to try that too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. You might want to do that in the sauna.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that in the sauna. I mean, talking about the armed forces, like Iran, the pilot and the weapons specialist that got shot down.
Yeah.
the weapons specialist now, they're saying, had a broken ankle for those 3 days that he or she, I mean, they haven't released it,
Goodness, man.
was by themselves in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder, like, how much of that mental fortitude.
Oh,
right?
man. You know, those guys, I'm not going to deter us in this conversation, but Special Forces guys, that's why I have, and I'm very open, I have a fascination with those guys, man. And
They're just built different.
They're built different. And you know, the mental tenacity, mental fortitude, all of that they have, that mindset, we can't understand it. We can try to. I mean, we can try to. I've gone down so many deep rabbit holes and read books and documentaries and tried to study where does that come from, right? And we've talked about my little stint with Kokora. I had the privilege of training with some
Right. Yeah, I've seen
retired,
that.
those guys, man, and it was all of 3 days, right? But what I'm getting at, man, those 3 days literally changed my life. Okay, those 3 days for those dudes was just another Tuesday, man. You know what I mean? I mean, just the fortitude that it took to make it through what they put us through in those 3 days, and they do that on a daily basis. And through that training, they would share some of their stories from Hell Week and Buds.
Wow.
And it's stuff that, I mean, I just can't even fathom.
Yeah, and the normal cat can't go through.
Buddy,
Yeah.
no, and they're anything but normal. And I have, you know, I don't get starstruck ever for whatever reason, but I do around those dudes for whatever reason. I guess I'm enamored simply by that mindset, man, because obviously our mind controls everything, and just to be able to kind of control that through pain and suffering that we can't even fathom.
It's probably the one thing that they can control through those things.
Absolutely.
And that's where they find peace.
That
right?
Very well said,
You
man.
know?
When it's chaotic around you, man.
So one thing that you can depend on.
That's it. That's
right?
it, man. I didn't even think of that. And,
Yeah.
and so, but yeah, some of those stories, man,
Are just insane.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, go ahead.
I was going to say, and I think that's something that's missing a lot of times in the piece when we talk about health and wellness, right?
Absolutely.
They're going to see
man.
guys like you. They're going to see guys like you and go, man, they're slammed. They're stacked. They're good looking guys, good shape. A lot of times people don't understand, like, to get there, you have had to have mental fortitude, right? Like
Absolutely.
a lot of times people forget, like, that's the biggest piece is discipline, right? It's not motivation. Discipline comes from the mind. You know, you have to beat yourself into submission to go, I can and want to be in good shape.
Absolutely, man.
No, 100%. 100%. Where do you guys see the health and wellness industry going in the next several years?
I'll defer to you. You're the pro, man.
Yeah, these
I'm
guys-
as interested as
you
as
know,
anybody.
supplements
Yes.
were huge. Peptides are huge. Environments are getting even larger. Education in that entire realm is coming to fruition. Where do you see health and
Gyms
wellness?
are even changing. Just
Big
on your
time.
note, you know that, and that you might have been referring to that by saying
Yes.
atmosphere.
Yes.
But I would love to hear your. I mean, hell, you have a peptide company,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, yeah. Where do you see this going, man?
I think, and I'll take one step back. 2020 opened the door for this. What I mean by that is 2020 really opened the eyes for a lot of people, including myself.
Yeah.
Understanding, oh, I have to take personal responsibility over my life, because if I trust the government to have the best interest of me, I'm gonna end up in a box. And
That's sad but true, man.
Right.
Wow.
And so with that
Yeah.
in mind, I'm like, the health, wellness, longevity, if you want to call it industry, that's fine. I mean, we're talking $100 billion industry easily. I mean, the GLP-1s alone are $1 billion industry, right? And we see gyms now popping up left and right, social wellness clubs.
Absolutely.
I mean, they have red light. I mean, it's kind of sad to say, but I won't consider a gym unless it has like a sauna room, a red light, therapy room, a legitimate turf track, squat racks that are, really nice. So I just think the peptide stuff is going to go through the moon. I don't think you can't put, what's that saying like you can't put the cat back in the bag, or what is it?
Once it's out of the bag.
It's not going to go back.
Yeah.
So the FDA or big pharma, or whoever you want to call it, it's like whack-a-mole, right? Hey, we shut this guy or this guy. It doesn't matter because now people anecdotally, us three, we're not doctors.
Yeah.
Well, I don't consider myself a medical profession at all.
Sure.
But we all anecdotally have tried peptides and know, oh shoot, it works.
Right. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. It definitely
Like
works.
imagine now the government telling you, Brad, hey Brad, you can't use peptides.
Yeah.
You'd be like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do what I want to do. This is America, right?
Yeah.
I have my rights,
Yeah.
And so that's the same thing with business in the wellness space. It's not going to stop. Yes, they're going to shut down bad players, which they should. Yes, they're going to tighten regulations and maybe some of the quote unquote criminal activity that they're finding, which I don't think is real either, right?
Yeah.
But that's fine. But the peptide industry is not going away. It's going through the roof. Supplements is going to go even more. I mean, I know a guy, I don't know him. I just know him through X or Twitter. He lives actually in Austin. He's trying to bring industrial creatine making back into the United States.
Is that not made in the U.S.?
Absolutely not.
Oh, wow.
All creatine raws are made in China or Germany.
I did
Interesting.
not know that.
I
And
didn't
this
either.
wasn't something that I just learned from him.
Yeah.
And he is a fitness bro. That's what he calls himself. And he's in Austin and he's trying to bring that back, that industry back.
Interesting.
Well, a question that I've always had is supplements aren't regulated,
Nope.
and you don't have the feds coming down on, the supplement industry. And a lot of peptides aren't regulated, but they're coming down on those. Why is that?
I truly believe it's because they can't make money off of it.
You took the words out of my mouth.
I couldn't have given you any better volley.
I was about to say,
air.
man.
I mean, I just
pitch
went,
that one to me, buddy. Let's go. Yeah, pitch that one to me.
Yeah. But it's true. Big pharma can't play with it, right? And that's one of the things too. And we've discussed this before. People just don't understand even what peptides are, right? Insulin's a peptide, collagen's a peptide. The things that are actually classified peptides, most people don't even realize it. So by definition, what is a peptide?
It's a small protein that is naturally occurring. Our body makes them. It's not something that is synthetic to our natural human bodybuilding. As we get older, we make less of it, right?
Yeah.
But that's with all things. And now, obviously, peptide coming out is we're just trying to boost the signals in our body to go, hey, let's get some more focus, cognitive, or hey, let's get some more repair, right? Or let's get some more like mitochondria health. It's just a signal to boost in your body to go, hey, let's do some more of this.
Yeah. And that's what I think people don't understand. They think that it's a foreign body that is something that your body does not accept or does not currently have in it, which, again, to your point, the levels change as you get older. Your breeding age, right? When you're in your prime, that's when all of those things are just firing at a rapid pace. Testosterone, estrogen, everything is perfect at a younger age, and the body feels it doesn't need those things as it gets older. And these are just receptors telling the body, hey guys, produce this, produce that, produce this again. We need more of this, we need more of that. And that's all that it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's truly all it is a peptide is not, and I always start with this, it's not a steroid. It's not an anabolic, right? And I'm not knocking steroid. I mean, I take testosterone, right?
Yeah. Right.
So I take TRTs. It's not the end of the world. I think every dude over 35, 100% should go get your blood levels checked. Just go see, and don't listen. And I say this with a lot of love because I have a lot of friends that are really good doctors, but there's a lot of like this knowledge out there that's like, hey, if you're a dude, if you're like 400 total T or 300, hey, that's normal range. You're doing really good. No, dude, that's really bad.
That's exactly right.
That's really bad.
Right.
Personally, I feel very good between 12 and 1500.
Yeah.
Now, a doctor might look at that that's not trained.
Right.
There are trained doctors that are like, no, that's good. But there are untrained doctors that go, 1200, dude, you're going to kill yourself. You're going to give yourself a heart attack. Actually, no. Every study has come out. TRT does not increase heart attack, percentage.
Right.
If anything, it lessens it because you're in better shape.
Sure.
You know? But anyways, I feel great between 12, 1500, and I'm totally like you, and I'm an open book, right? I don't try to hide it.
Yeah.
I'm on it right now. I feel amazing. But yeah, peptides are not an anabolic. They are not something that is being made, at least from my manufacturers, are not made in like some dirty garage. It's $1 million, 10, $15 million type equipment,
right?
Where they are synthesizing, making this lab coats. I mean, top of the line.
It's a real deal.
Yeah. And, and it's great. And so I just think when people think about peptides, like think of it as a signal booster.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a great definition.
Yes,
That's a
it
great
is.
definition. Where can people find Next Gen?
So I have to say this, and you don't have to cut it, but I'm glad. So when I started Next Gen about 8 months ago, to be honest, I wasn't like, hey, is this going to work? I had no clue, right? It's such a new business for me. I was not to your level, but I was doing a little dabbling in real estate, Airbnb, stuff like that. I'm not a builder. I always tell Mike, this dude's on level, you know?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Mike's like, hey, you want to get on a deal with me? I'm like, Mike, I can't afford, to be honest. But I was doing dabbling a little bit. Anyway, I started this. My trademark lawyer 2 weeks ago calls me. I love him. This guy named John calls me, goes, Dan, I got bad news for you. I go, what happened? He goes, dude, someone trademarked Next Gen.
Oh, wow.
No
and it's going to be
way.
finalized soon. Anyway, so we call it NG Syndicate now. So that's why I'm wearing a new shirt.
Okay, got it.
NG Syndicate meaning like a family, close group of friends, right? NG, we just keeping the brand, the logo. Nothing has changed from there. But yeah, you can find it at nextgenpeptides.shop, or you can find it probably in 3 weeks or 2 weeks, ngsyndicate.com.
Okay.
We still will always own that first domain and it'll forward, but both domains work. And with us, what awesome about our stuff is it comes fully backed COA from a lab in the United States. But more importantly than that, I think is where Mike's gently pushing me, is all our peptides within, I would say, the next 60 days, 90 days will be all U.S. manufactured.
Let's go.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. You know, and plus you're a veteran-owned company as well, and that's
right.
another thing that's super attractive.
Yeah, we're a vet-owned company. One of my best friends is a partner in the business with me. He's a vet, former Marine. We do tons of stuff with the Navy, not the Navy SEAL Fund, but the Murphy Foundation.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So we'll be one of their official vendors there in Long Island during Memorial Day weekend.
Nice.
We keep 20% times a bucket for any vets that need peptides. So if you're a vet, you can't afford peptides, please email me. I don't know what. Yeah, just email me. I'll take care of you. We do.
That is phenomenal.
Amazing.
That is
Amazing,
phenomenal,
man.
Yeah.
Well, Brad, what do you have going on outside of, training for races?
I think you're looking at it, man.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
it's that's the $1 million question right now. Just looking, I know you. In fact, you just released a podcast that we discussed what I was doing out in Scottsdale, and
yes.
but kind of closed that chapter, and so I'm looking, man, and it's a little bit exciting, a little bit terrifying too. I definitely want to find something to do. I mean, on a permanent basis, you know. So my hiatus is up. My playtime is over.
You're done.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
back
done,
home.
man. My
You're
twin
ready to
brother's
go
getting
for it.
on to me like, buddy, you got to get to work now.
Exactly.
We can only play so much. But one thing, and I think I've said this to you a million times, is whatever I choose to do, I have to find it very fulfilling for me personally. And what does that mean? Who knows? But I'm actively looking right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actively looking. So what about you, man? I could speak for you, but please do tell. I know the Nashville Project.
Yep. Nashville Project, big time. We've got, we want to build the very first of its kind true health and wellness neighborhood, boutique neighborhood, basically high
sir.
end.
Yeah.
So we're fundraising for that.
Yep.
Super exciting, something that's never been done before.
Right.
And we want to do it at the best, highest level humanly possible.
Love
So
that.
I got to tell you, you sent over that deck, and it's one of the most appealing I've seen. I'm not kidding, man.
yeah, it's constantly evolving. We constantly
Sure.
change it on a weekly basis, but it's something I've always had a passion for. And
Yes, you
again,
have. Yeah.
we spend all this money outside of our homes in the health and wellness industry, from gym memberships to supplements to peptides to food to trainers to you name it, right?
Right.
But we forget about the place that we spend 50% plus of our time, especially when we're sleeping, our house.
So what do you mean, if you don't mind me asking, what do you mean by health and wellness living? Is this, the obligatory, and I'm using that loosely, but sauna and cold with every home, or is it more UV filters that come standard with the home? What is a health and wellness living community in your
that's a
opinion?
great question. Homes are built from several different products, most of which are not good for you,
Okay.
right? So one of the things that we're going to start out with, instead of using wood to frame homes, we're going to steel frame studs, metal frame
expensive.
studs.
Yeah.
It actually is a lot less than you would think now.
Okay.
Because it's becoming a lot more mainstream.
Yeah.
And with the escalation of lumber prices a little bit,
Okay.
shockingly, it's pretty damn close.
And
right?
by the way, that wasn't a criticism. That was
No.
actually I was commending you because I know you do quality builds.
But the funny thing is, though, is that's a lot of times the perception, because
Yeah.
metal was far more
course.
expensive than wood a while ago. But now, even since COVID, those thresholds have been tested.
Yep.
And people, we were paying $8 for a sheet of plywood, and then it went up to $42 within 30 days. Right. And that's what COVID did. Now, granted, that sheet of, plywood's come back down to $8, but there's a lot of things in the actual building material train or line that pressed those high prices that didn't really come back down.
yeah.
Right. So
Yep.
with that said, build costs are up, period. Materials
Sure.
is a huge part of that. We currently do a lot of foam insulation, which is phenomenal for air barriers and things like that. But from a health benefit,
Yeah.
not so much, right? So we're going back to wool insulation.
Okay. There you go.
We're also looking to have water pH balanced before it even gets into your house. And that's
Yep.
one thing people don't understand. Their skin is the largest organ on their body. You're taking baths, you're taking showers,
Yeah.
and you're just soaking up all this shit that they put in the water. Of
course.
Yeah.
If we can get that out in truly pH balanced
Yeah.
water,
Yeah.
that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Anything from, rainwater collection, like goofy things that
Sure.
we look at and I take advantage of here in Austin that we do because we have to, but you go to markets like Nashville, you don't have to do those things.
Yeah.
So as we bring these things to market, people are like blown away that we're doing these things.
Absolutely.
We have to do those here, right? So we're taking some of those advantages of what we've learned here
Right.
to there. Frank Lloyd Wright designed house, big overhangs, that actually help with solar passivity and shade and things like that. A lot of outdoor activation. I'm big into landscaping and outdoor activation, having just as much space outdoors as you do indoors, bringing that in with huge,
Yeah.
floor to ceiling glass, things like that.
Right.
EMF blocking paint.
Let's go, man. Yeah.
Stuff like that people don't think about.
I had no clue EMF.
Yeah.
paint.
Oh yeah, like you can literally be talking on your phone, walk into a room like a bedroom with EMF paint, and you will drop the signal, and you will have no signal in there. So it's things like that, right? Circadian gauged and adjusted lighting, that changes with the time of day and stuff. And people often joke, like you come over to our house at 10 o'clock, the whole house just lights go out, AC drops immediately.
He's such a romantic.
All the exactly. It was funny last night. We were at the house and Julia's in town, and her flight got canceled, so her and her boyfriend ended up staying over at the house.
Right.
And she knows. We're sitting there on the couch talking and everything. The whole house goes, whoa. And she's like, well, it's bedtime. But it's those things that react around your body that actually help regulate your body. So things like that just people don't do in their homes, right? It's all about the products, what you use, how you live in it, and how much it costs to live in it, right? So those are things that we're bringing to a community that also forces and brings community together, and healthy living in your home and outside your home, so everything comes full circle.
I love that inside outside. It reminds me a lot of like Japanese culture at times, right?
Very much so.
Like the Japanese are known to live very long lives without like eating tons of meat, right?
Sure.
Right. I mean, diet based, but a lot of that outdoor indoor living, I love that. And like, not to gas up Mike, but all those things is gonna build, it's going to lead to an incredible build.
Absolutely.
Right. And then people might look at you, Mike, and go, oh man, that's so expensive, you know, you're selling it for whatever X amount. But it's like they don't understand the time, the effort, the work, energy that goes into building something like that.
Absolutely, man.
And that's relative. You know what I mean? What's your health worth?
100%, right? And that's what I say. Like when you're talking about the pH balance, that's why I am going US finished, US manufactured. It comes perfectly pH balanced, isotonic, and it's ready to go. I think a lot of people like, and then some people might scoff at the pricing, right? And be just and just like you said, like what are you willing to pay? You know, I just think health and wellness is something, again, that's why the industry, I just see it blowing up, because people now want to take health into their own hands. And it just goes into, you know, again, for me, it was 2020, like, dude, nobody cares.
Right.
100%, 100%. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in today, and I appreciate you guys listening to us yap and babble. You can find me at Mike Special, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. Sasha will put it up there. But we are Unbound Living on YouTube. And again, thank you very much to Pathwater. Thank you very much to Dan the Peptide Man, and my brother Brad.
My man.
You guys take care.